hello. You up? This is the You Up podcast. It's the late night, overnight version of What She Said Sports. This is actually how we got started. Why are we here? Because I heard a certain gentleman say that he was going to swing on LeBron James. Stephen A. Smith said he was going to do what to LeBron James? I'm like, Stephen A., it must be a slow news night because ain't no way you swinging on LeBron James. Have you seen the guns on LeBron's arms, sir? And I have no idea of what age Stephen A. Smith is, but I know he's quite older than LeBron. So we're going to give it to youth and physical strength and call cap that Stephen A. thought he was going to swing on LeBron. Absolutely not. I don't even know what made him say that, other than he just likes to say things. I see y'all back there. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. Thumbs up if you can hear me. So we just hanging out tonight, laughing and talking about Stephen A. Smith saying he's going to swing on LeBron. I didn't know if anybody had heard it firsthand. I went back and listened to it. I said, wait a minute. I know that Stephen A. Smith is not saying this because LeBron walked up on him about his son. Okay, see, let this be a lesson. Let this be a lesson. Now, we're going to be talking about people's children and children under the age, children. Maybe it don't matter the age. Is it fair game if you talk about people's mama? I'm like, okay. But let this be a lesson to Stephen A. Smith. Hey, Gracie, yes, Stephen A. is delusional. Because I don't know what he thought. He knows darn well he is not swinging on LeBron. I don't even know the age difference, but I know there is one. And LeBron is in top physical condition. But here's the thing. Stephen A. can't get mad. He was going in on Bronny. Did he say anything about Bronny scoring 39 points in a G League game and they're like, he don't belong here? Clearly the man belongs. Let's not forget that Bronny had a cardiac event. Let's not forget that Stephen A. said he never watched Bronny play in high school or at USC or the G League. He just had expectations for Bronny based on what? His last name was James. Now, y'all know LeBron's youngest son is headed to Arizona to play for Arizona. So let's hope Stephen A. learns from this situation and actually watches Bryce play before he gets to the NBA and he start going in on it. Hey, everybody. Hey. Welcome. This is the You Up. This is the You Up. I told y'all every now and then I ask if you up. We just hanging out. If y'all have a topic you want to talk about, drop it in the chat. Tonight, you either laughing hysterically at Stephen A., who said he was going to swing on LeBron, or you in my threads, going in about Jayden Daniels and his mama. Shout out to Jayden Daniels, because he stood up for himself. He went right back to JuJu's game and sat in the same USC section for families. Which means that somebody got him a ticket, which also means that she knew he was coming, which also means they've been talking. I am a proponent of whatever they got going on. If they are just friends, cool. I love the friendship. He's supportive. This is his third game he has attended. So there was the one game against UCLA where JuJu put up numbers, UCLA lost, USC won. Then there was the infamous game where they were caught, to me, glaring into each other's eyes, looking lovingly. I knew then, I said, okay, it's something going on. This is some hellified chemistry for two people that just happen to run up on each other and sit down. And I was right. He had already been to her game once. He was in the USC section, which meant she got him tickets. And after their viral moment, which everybody was swooning over, was disrupted by somebody acting like Mommy Dearest, he went back to her game. The very next game against Mississippi State, where JuJu unfortunately got hurt. What that means is Jayden Daniels will not be deterred. And mama, even if you don't want me talking to JuJu, I'm talking to JuJu. Not only am I talking to JuJu, I'm going to JuJu's game. And there's nothing you can do about it. And I'm not taking you with me because I did not see her. I saw him talking to look like a friend of his. I told y'all, the look on their faces staring into each other's eyes, I'm telling y'all, they've been talking. And I'm happy about it because they look cute. So y'all know I'm on IG, and I dropped a video, a short, and I had a poll. And the poll I put out there, go to IG, What She Said Sports, take the poll. I said, is JuJu Watkins and Jayden Daniels crushing on each other? So there's three options. Yes, and it's cute. No, they're cousins. And thirdly, nah, they're just friends. Let me know your honest opinion on what you think. You know, like, I think they crushing on each other. I think they've been talking. I believe that this is not how cousins look at each other. So I don't think that they're cousins. I made this. It said, OMG, please go on a date. Unbeknownst to me, he'd already been to her game. He went to the UCLA game. Technically, this was a date. See, I didn't know. I didn't know. I wasn't mad, though. I wasn't mad. And what people don't know, there's like 800 comments in my threads. Go to IG threads, or however you get to threads, and go to What She Said Sports, and you're going to see a whole conversation, threads, if you will, after I posted a photo of Jayden Daniels and his mom back at Christmas time. I don't know what year it was. And the pose was reminiscent of an engagement photo, a marriage anniversary photo, a boyfriend and girlfriend photo, but not a mother and son. And that's what we were discussing, and the conversation took a life of its own. I actually did a poll on IG. On the poll on IG, I asked, how would you characterize the mom's behavior? Because she went down, got in the middle of them, and was doing all this to the camera. And it didn't make sense to anybody, right? It didn't. It didn't make sense to anybody. Overwhelmingly, people said she was being controlling. And that's what I say it is. The options were controlling, toxic, a typical mom, and something else. And protective. Go to YouTube community, go to What She Said Sports, go to the poll, you'll see it. Only 9% said protective. Another 9% said toxic. Overwhelmingly 63% said what? Controlling. Nobody thought she was being a typical mom. Now you see, it wasn't just a few of us around the world that saw this. Remember, this is March Madness. Everybody's looking at this. So you take this opportunity to come sit in between the two of them. But see, we weren't privy. There was another clip. You got to go to threads, What She Said Sports. I reposted it. Now, let's talk about what we're looking at. This is the second activity right here. This particular scene right here, this is where the mom comes down and she gets in between them, right? I have that on video, but I'm just going to tell you about it. Okay, there was a clip before that, okay? There was a clip before that. There was a clip where JuJu was walking down the stairs slowly, kind of holding her pants so she don't trip over. You know, she's a star athlete. And she turned in front of Jayden, who was sitting on the end of the aisle. There was an empty seat next to Jayden, and then it was Jayden's mother. Okay? So, JuJu sat down next to Jayden. So that means JuJu's in the middle, right? As JuJu was coming past Jayden to go sit in the empty seat next to Jayden, Jayden is on his phone. JuJu's mom, Jayden's mom, looks at JuJu. She looks that way, and she does like this. It's on film. I mean, that was just ugly. That told you everything you needed to know before the clip that everybody saw. So she had an issue with JuJu at that point. She knew exactly, for those who were like, she probably didn't know who JuJu was. She knew exactly who JuJu was. She knew JuJu was coming to sit next to her son. Mind you, that's the USC section. So how you even get a ticket? JuJu, right? Because Jayden played for the Washington Commanders. So that meant that JuJu left tickets, likely, for Jayden and his mom. And when after the game, everybody thought she left, but she comes to sit next to Jayden and talk to him. Now remember, they're both Nike athletes. They're both Nike athletes. Okay? And they could have been talking about Nike. I know Nike was like, oh, I like this. I like this. They talking, right? They probably were like me. Oh my God, please go on a date. Especially for Nike athletes. They could have been talking about anything. So yes, she knew who JuJu was because she's sitting in the USC family section, courtside at the game. You don't just get those tickets. Somebody have to give them to you. So that meant JuJu knew that Jayden was coming to her game again. Now, when he was at the first game at UCLA, I don't know how that transpired. I don't know if she was expecting him, if that's where they met. The point is, it was well known by the media that he was there. I just didn't know, and a lot of people like me didn't know because I didn't watch that game. So to me, there was nothing for the mom to protect. There are some people that are like, oh, the mom was making sure the media wasn't trying to say that they were a couple. Well, clearly they are something. They're not cousins. People like, oh my God, they're cousins. I'm like, no. I don't look at my cousin like that. No, they not cousins. Even the cameraman knew they weren't cousins. The announcers knew they weren't cousins. They were like, it's a romantic thing. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Look at how they looking at each other. They've been talking. So for the mom to act like that, now that you understand the context that these seats came from JuJu, she was coming to talk to Jayden. There was a seat for JuJu waiting on her to come talk to Jayden. I'm sure she texted him in the locker room, I'm getting dressed, I'll be out in a minute. He saved a seat for her, had the mom move over. JuJu slowly comes down the stairs, turns in front of Jayden, who on his phone. She go to sit down respectfully. The mom is to her right, Jayden is to her left, and the mom turns her head before she even makes it all the way into the aisle. And they on the end of the aisle. The mom let her know under no certain terms, I'm not acknowledging you. That's not how you treat somebody that your son likes. That's ugly. That was ugly. That was worse than the incident with her barging in the middle. So now y'all can't say that they cousins because they're not. Now y'all can't say she didn't know who JuJu was because she did. And a former Pittsburgh Steelers player said, and I quote, well, damn, if JuJu ain't good enough for him, who is? Exactly. And there were people on my threads that took issue with that, saying that, well, who says she's a nice person? Well, it don't matter. He liked her, and that's what matters. If 24-year-old Jayden likes JuJu and JuJu likes Jayden, nobody else matters. And for those people who were going on all night long saying that that's her baby, okay, he's grown. Yes, that's her baby. Nobody can take that away from her. But she doesn't have the right to treat him like an infant or a toddler on a leash. Try to keep some woman from talking to him when this woman clearly invited them there or allowed them to have those courtside seats. Now, the more you know, the uglier the situation gets. It's jealousy. There are mothers who are jealous of their sons, dates, girlfriend, fiance, whatever. That was ugly for her to turn her head when JuJu came. How you got here? You got them tickets from JuJu. And even if Jayden bought them, who was he going to see? JuJu. Who was he going to support? JuJu. He had already been to her game. This was number 2 for him. And that is why when he went to that Mississippi State game, I didn't see her. It made sense. And it says a lot about Jayden I love you, but you're not gonna treat me like that. This girl means something to me. Either she's my friend and I'm not gonna let you come between our friendship, or we crushing on each other and I'm not letting you get in the way of that. Because one thing about it, she might not care for Jayden dating JuJu, but he cares for whatever they got going on. I'm not gonna put a label around their necks. I'm not gonna do it. I said, please go on a date. But it appears that they've been talking. And him going back to her game means he will not be undeterred, and his mama not being anywhere in sight means that he know how to conduct himself. His father is in his life. You have to stand up and make sure that the person that you care about and you want to be with knows that you are protective of what y'all have, and don't let nobody put the yoke of you being a mama's boy on your neck. So when he went back to the game, I was happy to see it. All right, let's see what's in the comments. It says, Stephen A. what? Oh, Stephen A. is not only mad. Oh, he's only mad because he's not in LeBron's circle. Oh, he's not. But Shannon Sharp is, right? Shannon Sharp is in LeBron's circle. Oh, I didn't know he wasn't in the circle. Yeah, he's probably mad about that. Stephen A. is mad he doesn't have the access he wants to LeBron. I can see that because he's the almighty, all-powerful. Everybody wants to be on his big box network, where he's supposed to be the head honcho or whatever. Everybody say he's running the ship over there. But LeBron is not bowing down to him and walk right up on him. And he's saying he was going to swing on LeBron. LeBron even posted on his own page this little boxing meme that's going around. I'm like, Stephen A. And I heard him say that. I would have swung on him. I'm like, Stephen A, no, you wouldn't. You wouldn't have never got your arm out here. This would have been like a grandpa fighting his younger neighbor. No, it don't work like that. Hey, Jen, yes, they've been talking. Nah, she didn't shut nothing down because that's why he went back the next day. She didn't shut nothing down. Like, she was doing entirely too much. Stephen A's a pick me. He's only mad because he's not LeBron's circle. That's hilarious. He is acting like a pick me though. And I guess his feelings hurt because is Shannon Sharp still in the circle? Because, Shannon was close to the family. At one point, I thought I heard it said that Shannon had gone on vacation with them. That might not be true, but that's what I heard. So, but yeah, they've been talking. These two have been talking, and Stephen A. been yapping, and he got the internet in a buzz with LeBron. But I came on here because I was like, okay, I need y'all to explain to me what's going on. But it didn't take long for me to find out. I was like, now why is Stephen A. saying he gonna box on LeBron? And then I said, I know what it was. It's because LeBron basically ran up on him and said, hey, keep my son name out your mouth. And you know what I said on fans? Because these two situations are relative. Let me tell you why. LeBron was being what? A protective father, right? LeBron was protecting. He didn't like the fact that Stephen A. was just basically lambasting his son, trashing him, right? Like, his son didn't have a cardiac event. His son was drafted 55, not number 3. So, and the fact that you don't do this to anybody else. So yeah, LeBron was right to step up. But I told y'all on another podcast that Dwayne Wade and I think Carmelo Anthony was like, it's about time. Y'all see I got my little bun. Y'all said it's about time. So that was LeBron being protective, right? And then after Bronny scored 39 points, Savannah James came out and posted. Y'all, she got a podcast called Everybody's Crazy. She came out and posted, that's right, baby, this, that, and the other. And I thought about it. And I'm telling y'all, if y'all go to the threads, y'all gonna see about 800 comments. I said to somebody in the comments when they were like, she's just being protective of her son. I said, Savannah James is hella protective of her children. And we have never, not one time, she would never, ever embarrass her children in the name of protecting them. She wasn't protecting 24-year-old Jayden Daniels from talking to JuJu. She was trying to prevent them from getting any closer because they've been talking. And she know that they've been talking. And the fact that she had to move over one seat and couldn't sit right next to Jayden, that seat next to Jayden was for JuJu, that upset her. That's what upset her. That's why when JuJu came down, she was like, I'm like, what mom does that? A jealous mom. And people in the comments were like, how you gonna say she's jealous? I'm like, cause she is. I'm like, what? Y'all think all moms are perfect and have healthy relationships with their sons? No. Jayden was quoted as saying his mom is, in quotes, very protective of him. That means extreme. And as he gets older, he's gonna see that she has unhealthy boundaries. But what I'm most proud of is that he clearly likes JuJu or wants to have a friendship with JuJu. And he's not letting his mom stand in the way, which is the exact thing that she was trying to do. And earlier, Kiel, one of the family members for What She Said podcast, actually said, you know what? I think mom trying to keep Jayden single till she get to that 5-year contract extension so she can take what she want. Because see, here's what's going to happen, right? Jayden, let's say 5 years, let's say Jayden and JuJu or Item, and they're dating and they get engaged within year 3. And year 3, him in the lead. And year 4, they have the wedding. Year 5, it's time to sign the contract. She just gonna get whatever she get if he allows her to be the agent. She's probably afraid that she gonna get moved out the way, and whatever she wants is gonna go to JuJu. That's how she's thinking, and it should, because that will be his wife. I like them. I like them as a whatever they are, crushing on each other, buddy romance, or friends. He's protective of the friendship, and that should mean a lot to her. JuJu, if you listening, that man showed up at your game with a friend of his. He didn't bring no distractions back, and that's protecting you and what y'all have. That means whatever y'all have means a lot to him, and that's huge. That's huge. So I hope y'all still go out or be friends or whatever it is, because for a man to actually, tell people, set boundaries, and like, look, I'm not gonna let you disrespect this woman and what our friendship. Our friendship is separate from what I have with you, and you're gonna have to respect this friendship. And in fact, I'm gonna go by myself. I'm gonna go with my friend, my homie. I'm not going. You can't go this time. That's huge, because not a lot of men can do that, especially when their mom exhibited jealousy, because what's happening is the mom is being manipulative in a lot of these cases. But he stood up to it, and I think it's because I know his father's still in his life, and that probably had everything to do with it. Some guys wouldn't have made it out that situation alive. They would have lost the girl and had to still deal with the mama's craziness. So yeah, no, mama wanted to shut it down. She tried to shut it down. No, she didn't. She failed. She wanted to shut it down though, G. You right about that. She definitely tried, but he did not allow her to. And that's what's important. So we have LeBron was being protective of his son, standing up against Stephen A. And then we now see Jayden being protective of his friendship, his budding romance with JuJu, and going back to her game after the viral moment on camera and the spectacle that was caused, going back, sitting back in the same place at her game courtside, and was no doubt there for her after she got injured. If we don't see him at any more March Madness games, it confirms what I said. These two been talking. And it's crazy for a mom to try to come between him and y'all saying, some people saying she protected him from what? His own choices of wanting to talk to this woman? And like the guy who played for the Steelers said, well, damn, if JuJu ain't good enough, who is? Exactly. Because it was never about that. Savannah James is very protective of her children, and you've never seen her act that way, ever. You've never seen her embarrass her family, her children that way. She probably would never, ever be that rude publicly like that. She might not like one of the girls that her sons are dating, or both of them. But we're not going to know about it. We're not going to know about it at all. And that's the way it should be. If you have an issue with who your son is dating, yes, I am. Hey, Johnny, I am. This is my You Up podcast. Johnny said you live again. Yeah, I go live every now and then. Just random pop up. And since Stephen A said he was going to swing on LeBron, I thought it was fitting. Because I knew it was capped. Somebody posted there's a lot of cap on this app. So this is just my You Up podcast. We just chilling and talking. If y'all have a question, put it in the chat. We just hanging out. Otherwise, you know, it just is what it is. We just talking about Stephen A. And we just talking about people being protective and what protection actually looks like versus manipulation. That's what it is. Protection versus manipulation. LeBron James was being protective when he stepped up to Stephen A. was like, keep my son's name out your mouth. Where have we heard that before? Now, was that protection? I think so. And then we had Jayden Daniels' mom. A clip most of y'all didn't see. And the clip that y'all saw, a lot of people, 800 of them in my threads, on threads, basically, most of them said her behavior was cringe. A few, maybe about 9%, said that his OG, that's what they call people's moms, I guess these days, his OG was doing the right thing by protecting him from gold diggers. I'm like, where did you see a gold digger? Context matters. Where did you see a gold digger for her to protect? I didn't know he was at a club. I thought he was at a game that clearly he had been to before to support this young woman. And she could have messed it all up, and that could have been the point. But he didn't allow it. See, he knows. He know who he dealing with. And Jayden did the right thing. I will not be deterred. I like this young lady. She a baller. She got everything going for herself. She got more endorsements than I do. I'm finna date her. I don't care what you think, and you stay home. That's exactly what happened. And then she got injured. Some people said his mom put a voodoo curse on her. I was like, oh Lord. Now, as much as I don't like her behavior, I don't know about that part. I was like, okay, I could kind of see it, but you know, I don't believe in voodoo, so. But you know, yeah, you know, there's protection and there's manipulation. LeBron was protecting his son as he should. Savannah is a mom. Her kids, Bronny, that's her baby. That's her first child. And y'all never saw her act untoward like that. Y'all never saw her create a spectacle in the name of protection, which is nothing but manipulation. Protection versus manipulation. LeBron was the one being protected. Jayden Daniels' mom was being manipulative, and that's wrong. She was being rude to JuJu, and that's really wrong. JuJu seemed like a nice girl. Like, she seemed like a nice young lady. Like, I told y'all, there's these guys that's out here in the leagues and stuff, I know some of their mamas was in group chats with each other going, oh, baby, I would have hoped my son would date somebody like JuJu and not these IG girls out here. And his mama tripping over JuJu. If JuJu ain't good enough, who is? That's what I'm talking about. So, all right, I guess we're going to get out of here. It's about 28 minutes. I just came back on for a quick You Up to touch on the subject of protection by a parent versus manipulation by a parent. And y'all see LeBron did his thing, and Stephen A. said he was going to swing on LeBron. But, you know, what she said, family and friends and supporters basically say that's cap. We call cap. It must be a slow news night. And we happy to see JuJu, and we happy to see Jayden go back to JuJu's game after his viral moment, stand up for himself, protect whatever he got going on with JuJu. But we are the consensus of they've been talking. They've been talking. And mama wasn't coming in between that, because Jayden was like, no, and you can't come with me. I love to see a young man stand up for himself, especially when it comes to a relationship where he's respected. No mother has the right authority to disrespect her son, whether he's over 18, 24, or 12. We are all human beings out here and deserve respect. You don't have the right to disrespect your child. We're not talking about discipline. That's a different situation. All right, y'all. So I'm going to get out of here and officially say good night, good night, good night. Thank y'all for tuning in to You Up. We'll be back. Turn your notifications on, because these are random pop-ups. And, you know, y'all might have some questions or want to talk about some things. Don't forget, the conversation continues on Threads. Take the polls on YouTube. Go to IG. And we're now on TikTok. I don't know who's on TikTok. And we're on Twitch. If you're a gamer, Just slide on over to the podcast when it comes on at 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday, Sunday through Thursday on Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, IG, and Threads. All right, y'all. I'm going to say goodnight. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I'll see y'all next time. Oh, I forgot to actually put the you up in the... All right. That's it. So, yes, Johnny, I was live again. And now I'm going to say good night for real this time. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all next time.